Hey, greetings from the Brain Gauge channel. I'm Mark Timerdall, and we'll talk real quick about cross-training with the Brain Gauge again. And we're going to talk about the difficulty levels. So just as a reminder, for those of you who have started with the brain training or the Brain Gauge brain training platform, let's take a look at the exercise platform that you have. Okay, so these are the different tests, and these are different levels. And the way the levels should be thought of as they are in terms of difficulty. One is the easiest, and five is the hardest. So, if you walk into an exercise room, and let's say you've got, let's say you're getting like the first place is a bench press, and then you're going to talk about like how much weight can you lift at this place. We would say, okay, level one would be like 20 pounds. Maybe level two is 40. Level three is 60, 100, 200, whatever. But each time you go up in difficulty, it gets a little bit harder. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, the way we've designed this is that level five is smack dab right in the middle of normative levels. So, what does that mean? Well, normative levels are what we've derived from a lot of research studies. We've done over 100, we've published over 100 research studies. We've done participated a lot more. But, those are like, what do healthy controls look like and what should you be able to get to? So let's take a look at what a distribution level looks like. And here's a distribution level. And basically, these are distributions this is a distribution for reaction time. Reaction time is a really good example. All the distributions look very similar to this for all the different tests, but this is a good example. And what you see here is the number of people that have scored on the reaction time test, which is how you derive the speed score, is that scored less than 135 was 62 people. This is out of 25,000 people. So that's how many people we've seen on the brain gauge. Okay, now keep in mind that the number of people on the brain gauge, the number of people that have tested on the brain gauge are not, or there's a lot of people that are not in the normative healthy values. So everybody that has ever tested is included in this distribution. That means people with dementia, people with Parkinson's, people with uh, neurodevelopmental disorders, people, uh, alcoholics, people doing substance abuse. We've done we've done all kinds of studies of in traumatic brain injury. So every single person in there is included. And if they've recovered, their scores are in there. Before they recovered, their scores are in there. So this is all the scores. So the number of people, this is, the number of people that have scored around less than 204 milliseconds. And 200, we sort of regard 200 milliseconds as sort of the standard of what people should achieve. And, if you'll look at our reaction time talk, you'll see what I'm talking about. But from 1850 into 1970, reaction time levels in the literature were around 200 milliseconds. And that makes sense. Pretty good bit, about 5,000, over 5,000 people tested in that mark. Okay. And then this biggest distribution, the biggest number of people that have tested, were in this 204 to 278 range. Yes, that is slower than the normative value, but it would get you up into, if you test at 278, you're going to be, at level somewhere in level three. 279 to 353 is again around 5,000 people tested there. But then you start to see a drop off, for people where do very, very poorly, greater than 800 milliseconds. That's really slow. That's like people that you start to walk across the street, you see a car coming, and you say one Mississippi, two, and then you decide to stop, not get hit by the car. No, that's way too slow. Uh, but from 428 all the way up to 800 milliseconds, that's going to be pretty slow. Level one, so level one is around in here. This is level one. Anything over about 500 milliseconds, you can probably work at that. Level two is going to be in this range. Level three is in this range. Level four is in this range. And again, healthy controls around 200 milliseconds or so are all of these range. That's going to be level five. So the expert level platform, which is in beta testing right now, is going to be available on request. But if you're much faster than healthy controls and you want to see how well you can do and how you compare with the best of the best, well, you can start doing this. But that also leads me to remind you that people that are doing this a lot are actually people that are doing this brain training platform a lot are actually getting really, really good at reaction time. And this distribution is probably this number here is going to get a lot bigger because so many people are starting to test really, really well after they've been doing this exercise platform. So just wanted to give you an introduction. If you got questions about it, please feel free to send to me those questions at info@corticalmetrics.com. That goes straight to me. If you don't have the Brain Gauge platform yet, um, make sure and add it. Just contact support at corticalmetrics.com. Make sure that we have your account name when you send that email to us. And there is no extra cost. It's free, folks, if you've got a brain gauge. If you don't have a brain gauge, get one. So, and then try it out. Anyway, hope to talk to you later and see you soon. Bye.